Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on AGam in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Kabus. Enrollments in the 2014 Farm Bill is a process with many different outcomes for Kansas farmers. So Kansas State University is hosting 15 educational meetings across the state as farmers face major decisions to the end of March under the new Farm Bill. The first event was in early January in Wichita, where AGam in Kansas was learning all about the bill. Stay tuned.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers. This segment is brought to you by Kansas Wheat. Learn more at rediscoverwheat.org.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on AGam in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Kabus. Enrollments in the 2014 Farm Bill are underway and faces many different decisions for Kansas farmers. Kansas State University is hosting 15 educational meetings across the state as farmers face major decisions by the end of March under the new Farm Bill. K-State's Department of Ag Economics also offers resources for understanding the Farm Bill, and local extension agents have been trained to help farmers run their information and determine which plan might best fit their needs. Currently, Art Burnaby and Michael Taylor are touring the state helping farmers in meetings. AGam in Kansas attended the first one in Wichita to bring information to producers if they can't make any of the meetings. Art Burnaby provides educational programs on crop insurance, government commodity programs, and risk throughout Kansas. His work emphasizes the development of alternative public policies for crop disaster protection.
I'm Art Barnaby with Kansas State University. We're here in Wichita today to provide a 3-hour seminar on the Farm Bill. We are going to go through the details of the Farm Bill. Farmers have 3 basic choices among programs, and all the 3 programs are quite different from one another, and so it's quite the involved decision. We are also cooperating with Oklahoma State University and have developed computerized decision aids to help farmers through this selection process. And we're conducting these meetings all across Kansas, starting here in Wichita. We have a total of them 15 on a regional basis. Some of the major questions that we've run into is how does the government determine the national average price that's used in the calculations? The obvious one is why would I not go with the price loss coverage program? And that involves yield if you go with the revenue guarantee, so it's a very much a different guarantee. And we go through calculating the break-even point where one program actually is preferred to the other. The decision farmers are making as far as the farm programs are concerned is a one-time decision. It will apply to the land for the next 5 years, so even if it changes hands, it still will remain with the land. So you can't change your mind later. So it's a one-shot deal. They have until the end of February to update their program yield and reallocate base. Those are 2 independent decisions. I strongly encourage you to update your program yield if you can prove a higher yield. Of course, if you can't, you just keep your current counter-cyclical program yield. The deadline for selecting a program, which is the critical decision, that is March 31st. However, we will know a lot more about the price by March 1st, so I'm not encouraging people to be in a hurry to sign up, but on the other hand, you can't leave it till the last day because not everyone can get in on the last day. Our analysis and as well as publications on the Farm Bill are located on agmanager.info. We also have video out there explaining the calculations in the 3 programs. Today we are going to be taping the session here, and we will post sections of that after it's edited on the Ag Manager, as well as we encourage people to attend one of the live regional meetings that are going on around the state.
This hog is Hanover hoof for meal made from U.S. soybeans. Now, one hog isn't that impressive, but suppose we add another, and another, and another. Before long, you've got billions of hungry customers around the world all clamoring for the same thing. Our soybeans. Learn more about the billion-dollar appetite of animal agriculture at beyondtheelevator.com. Brought to you by America's soybean farmers and their checkoff.
I'm Dr. Frank Lyons, a physician here at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. As one of the only standalone stem cell centers in the U.S., we use your stem cells as therapy for arthritis and some autoimmune diseases.
I'm Dr. Andrew Poe, here at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Utilizing the latest technology under strict protocols, we're able to harvest your stem cells from your own fat to treat a variety of medical conditions. The best part about it is, it's a same-day surgical procedure and requires no general anesthesia.
This segment is brought to you by Central National Bank. Put our ag professionals to work for you.
Farmers face many issues with the new Farm Bill, and it could result in major changes to their operation. That's why Kansas State is offering lectures all over the state for the new Farm Bill to help farmers understand any concerns or problems that might arise with their operation. Senator Pat Roberts has made many statements about the Farm Bill, including one with major concerns for crop insurance.
Even after devastating drought the last few years, crop insurance has proven to work, and producers from Kansas to Illinois are still in business, as well as at the businesses up and down Main Street that depend on farmers and ranchers. In 2013, while producers across the country insured a record number of acres, we're talking about 295 million acres and over 123 billion in liabilities.
There are 3 program options from which to choose, including a payment program based on low prices, a revenue-based program, and an individual farm revenue one. But producers have to choose wisely. Kansas State highly encourages farmers to either go to the website www.agmanager.info or talk to their local county extension agents.
From the Land of Kansas is a trademark program that helps Kansas businesses grow, produce, process, or manufacture Kansas products. Let's meet Morning Harvest Farm, nestled in the rolling hills of Harvey County. Owned and operated by Eric and Paula Sims, Morning Harvest Farm operates as naturally as possible. They use no hormones and no steroids in raising their livestock, which includes cattle, chickens, pork, and turkeys. Daily contact keeps the animals calm and leads to tender meat. The cattle are able to graze to maturity. Chickens have a portable hen house and take care of most of the pests. The eggs they lay have dark golden yolks. Fresh produce is available during the growing season. Artisan breads are available year-round. Visit www.morningharvestfarm.com for more information.
American innovation is being driven in places you might not expect by people like Brent Hayek, an Oklahoma family farmer, who recently set a world land speed record in a Ford Super Duty pickup truck powered by renewable B20 biodiesel. Advanced performance is here, now, putting America on the fast track to more jobs and energy independence. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
When your living depends on agriculture, you can depend on KFRM 550 AM. If you're in the southwest three-fourths of Kansas or the northern half of Oklahoma, catch us at 550 AM on the radio dial. But if that isn't you, listen on your cell phone at TuneIn Radio or on your computer at KFRM.com. We promise to keep you informed, entertained, and company as you go through your day. KFRM 550 AM, the voice of the plains. We would like to join your management team.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Supply.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or for more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on AGam in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Kabus. Enrollments in the 2014 Farm Bill are underway and faces many different decisions for Kansas farmers. Currently, Art Burnaby and Michael Taylor are touring the state helping farmers in meetings. AGam in Kansas attended the first one in Wichita to bring information to producers if they can't make any of the meetings.
Hi, I'm Michael Taylor, and I'll be speaking today at the Wichita Farm Bill meeting regarding the different spreadsheets and decision aids that we have available for folks who are trying to sort out which Farm Bill program they're going to sign up for. The majority of the information that they need to do this is going to be located out at agmanager.info, and that's where we have all of these resources. But sometimes it's important to take a few minutes and go over them with people so that they know how to use them. So basically that's what I'm going to do, is go through an example and show them how to input data and where the important pieces of information are, and then what they can expect to get when they put their information in and get out a recommendation for a program, where that recommendation is coming from and what they can use that information for. So one of the most important pieces of information that you have to have on hand in order to use any of our decision aids or step through any of the calculations, you have to have your letter from FSA, which outlines for you what base acres you have and in what commodities. It will also tell you what your program yields are for each of those commodities. That information is really important because that's the information that FSA is going to use when they sign you up for these different programs. So if you have that, as well as some of your historical plantings, your historical yields, as well as what your expectations are for what you're going to be planting going forward for the next 4 or 5 years, all of that information is what you're going to need in order to put it into the decision aid and have it crunch through the numbers to give you a recommendation at the end. So that's going to be the part that I cover today. And again, if you have a chance to come to one of our 15 meetings, we would really encourage you to do so. It gives you a chance to interact with us, ask a few questions, and also interact with your local county agent in case you need additional information. And if you need to know where one of those meetings are, you can go out to agmanager.info and check our list. And that is also where we're keeping all of our Farm Bill resources, all of our materials that you can read up on, and like I said, decision aids, and there's also videos for how to do some of these calculations to step you through it. So that I would encourage you to go out to agmanager.info for extra information.
Tarwater Farm and Home is a nearly 40-year-old local family-owned business. Clothing for work and play, seeds and feeds, boots, toys for the kids, the tools you need for around the home and farm, and a service department to keep them in top running order. It's a big store, so when you have some time, take some time to see what they have for your farm and home. Tarwater's everyday pricing is like others' sale prices. When you need it, they've got it. Tarwater Farm and Home, 4107 North Topeka Boulevard.
Buying a car shouldn't be this hard. And at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, it isn't. It's actually awesome. Whether you want a new or used car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. Even if you want to custom order a new car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. See Toby's team at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're awesome.
Here's another gardening tip from Annette Jackson at Jackson's Greenhouse.
If you have empty patio planters or hanging baskets left over from last year, you can bring them to Jackson's for replanting this year. Just stop in with your containers and tell us what you want in them. You save money and time and help our environment by recycling your old planters instead of throwing them out.
Bring in your planters and baskets. Sign up to win tickets to the Kansas Garden Show. We'll have 50 pairs, so come on in.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
Turn to Essential National Bank Ag Professional. You'll be in good company. They'll help you track expense lines, manage variable input costs, Assess ground agreements. Pick a crop protection plan. These times demand ag professionals. Central National Bank. You could profit from what they know. Ag operations run better on Central Time.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
This segment is brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
This is Aaron Popelka, and it's great to be back with AGam this week. The Ag Alliance met. We're now, the legislative session's just pretty new, but we're getting right into session and talking about the issues in agriculture that affect all of our members. One of the things we started off with this week was we're reviewing our statement of principles. And that essentially are the guiding views of the Alliance. And it kind of guides us on topics that we get interested in. From there, after we approved those, we went into reviewing topics. So far, we haven't hit any topics that anybody has triggered any of our principles, and so more of what we did this week was more of a clearinghouse of information. A lot of activity from the Department of Agriculture on water bills, including a couple bills dealing with water augmentation in Rattlesnake Creek Basin, where Fish and Wildlife Service has filed an impairment claim that's pending. Another dealing with third-party conservation easements for watersheds, and another dealing with multi-year flex accounts and the ability to roll that water over. And so some of our members are involved in those bills and actively supporting those. And we continue, as mentioned last time we were with you, continue to monitor the budget situation and how that could affect proposals dealing with property tax assessment valuation in agriculture.
From the Land of Kansas is a trademark program that helps Kansas businesses grow, produce, process, or manufacture Kansas products. Let's meet Granny's Homemade Mustard. Located in Hillsboro, this Kansas business started when Ludia Hines' doctor recommended she quit her job as a cook due to problems with her back and feet. Her son Eugene suggested she whip up a quick batch of her homemade mustard to sell for some extra income at arts and crafts fairs, and it was a huge success. Soon orders started coming in from places as far away as New York City and California. Granny's Homemade Mustard has 7 delicious flavors to choose from, including hickory, honey mustard, horseradish, jalapeno, Old Smoky, sweet and tangy, and now also chipotle. For more information, recipes, and to find the stores that offer Granny's Homemade Mustard, visit www.grannyshomemademustard.com.
No matter where, no matter why, the Veterinary Health Center at Kansas State University is committed to providing quality patient care to animals and exceptional customer service to their owners. From routine checkups to emergency and specialty care, our world-renowned specialists and experienced professionals are here to discover, to teach, and to heal.
Let us know.
How can I help? How can we help?
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan is rediscovering ways to get improved varieties and new genetics in the hands of farmers faster. Grower-led and checkoff-funded research initiatives are bringing about positive change. This grassroots leadership provides a strong voice in Topeka and Washington, D.C. Now is the time to partner with Kansas Wheat in moving wheat forward. Kansas Wheat Commission and Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Farmers investing in their future and yours. Log on to rediscoverwheat.org.
When your living depends on agriculture, you can depend on KFRM 550 AM. If you're in the southwest three-fourths of Kansas or the northern half of Oklahoma, catch us at 550 AM on the radio dial. But if that isn't you, listen on your cell phone at TuneIn Radio or on your computer at KFRM.com. We promise to keep you informed, entertained, and company as you go through your day. KFRM 550 AM, the voice of the plains. We would like to join your management team.
Hello friends, I'm Ernie Rodina.
And I'm Dawn Dawson with the Better Horses Radio Show.
For over 9 years, we've been bringing the Better Horses Radio Show to markets all across the Midwest. We talk about God, lots about horses.
We talk about cows, we talk about horse health, we talk to top trainers, and we even talk about Roy Rogers.
We are having a blast with Better Horses Radio Show and would love to take it to a market near you.
So visit our website at betterhorsesradio.com and let us or your local radio station know you'd like to hear it in your area.
The Better Horses Radio Show is unbelievable.
AGam in Kansas is brought to you in part by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
Major changes to their operation. Kansas State University is hosting 15 educational meetings across the state. AGam in Kansas attended the first one in Wichita to bring information to producers if they can't make any of the meetings. That meeting was unlike the other 14 meetings because it was the only one that covered the new cotton program. Meetings will also cover tools funded by the Agriculture Department designed to help farmers make decisions.
I'm Jody Campeacci, an assistant professor and extension economist at Oklahoma State University. I'm here in Wichita, Kansas today at the Farm Bill meeting. And what I'm going to talk about today is cotton programs in the Farm Bill. And what we've kind of seen across the board are reduced programs for cotton in this Farm Bill. Cotton is no longer a covered commodity under Title I programs. So what that means is in the past, cotton was eligible for direct payments and countercyclical payments. That is no longer the case in this Farm Bill. So what's kind of happened is a shift away from cotton commodity programs to cotton crop insurance programs. We have some new supplemental coverage options called SCO, and then we also have STACS, the Stacked Income Protection Plan. Those are two programs designed to complement a producer's individual insurance policy. So producers who currently plant cotton will be looking at adding one of those to their existing policy. Now, another key feature for cotton producers is that those producers with cotton base acreage, the base acreage is now being converted to generic base. So it's no longer called cotton base, it's now called generic base. A producer who decides to plant a covered commodity on a farm that has cotton base will be able to enroll that covered commodity in ARC or PLC, the two new commodity programs with the Farm Service Agency office. So even though cotton is no longer a covered commodity, as long as a covered commodity is planted on a farm with cotton base or generic base, that new commodity can actually be eligible for ARC or PLC payments. So, cotton is not a major crop in the state of Kansas, but there is actually still a decent amount of cotton-based acreage in Kansas in several of the Kansas counties. And we do still have some planted cotton acreage in Kansas. In, quite a few Kansas counties, in the southern counties, STACS and SCO are available for irrigated and non-irrigated cotton. So while, most across the state may not think of cotton as a big commodity crop in the state of Kansas, there are still a considerable amount of producers that have cotton base and maybe no longer planting cotton acreage anymore, and who may still be planting cotton. Questions, I would say, be sure to try to come to some of the Farm Bill meetings. Today is, a big one in Wichita. There'll be lots of others across the state of Kansas. What I usually recommend is if you can go to more than one meeting, it really helps to hear it a couple of times, because the new decisions and the new programs are a bit complex to take in all on the first day if you just hear about it. But watch for meetings. There's lots of information on the Ag Manager website, K-State Ag Manager. With the OSU Extension Service, we also have a lot of information, and also you can check with your local Farm Service Agency office and your crop insurance agent.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission, The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.